They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across. The 31. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats! 60 Mavericks! 60 Mavericks!
From the 31, Willis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Buffalo 18.
Here's Willis. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Lance to throw it. And it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if it got turned into points.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19. Trap 60, Trap 60.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, Clinton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Ready up. Smash. Go.
A first down carry by Elliott. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. And this one is incomplete. The Jets are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
60 by 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler.
2nd down, Willis looks to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And the tight end goes in motion left.
60 Eagles, 18, 5 in. 19 Lions. Cut 19.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Shot, 17. Cover, 38.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. And now look at this. fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him,
Here we go.
I'd go out and
Here
play
we
the
go.
lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're taking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Lance looks to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Well, this defense for the Niners, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting run backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
60 Maverick.
Willis wants to pass it again. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Buffalo 18. Academy Ranger.
3rd down, it's Willis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's going to get this down near the 25. (6-0) our score after one.
Ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Clinton. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
10 cycles. Look, 52. Red cycle. Black, red. Ready?
To throw, it's Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
Cowboy 80. Viking 18. Hey, smash circle.
On 2nd down, Elliott. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You've got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well.
A 3rd and 2. Here's Willis. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field worth of possession.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. John Johnson with the INT. And the Jets are going to take over here up near the 40. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On the option, here's Elliott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4, Willis. Well, it's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 44, Willis. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Ready, play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Lance. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
18, pioneer.
Second down throw coming by Willis. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Let's go now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Cup 19, Cup 19. Warriors 70. Ready.
Now Willis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Willis. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the 49ers. Turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The Lance going to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
A final shot before half for Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Lance. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Let's go now.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Striker, 3-3.
On first down, Clinton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Right, 97.
They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
On the set.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. Clinton, and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
1st and 10, it's Willis. Eluding the pressure right. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd down, here's Willis. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Lance now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
52. Cluster. 6.
Now Lance. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mustang 19.
1st and 10, Willis. Touchdown, Jets. Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to work. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Didn't march to the end zone the last time out.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Bonito drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. He's past the 30. Past midfield. Look out. And he will be out of bounds, but what a heady play, really. Picks up the missed field goal, brings it back across midfield to set his guys up in excellent field position.
Ready, ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go.
Inside give to Elliott. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too?
LT, though, finished his career at 13,684, and now he's soaring past that. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Malik Willis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Right back to him on first down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, what he's given them, whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Jets are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Willis. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And some room to roll now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
18 Rams, 19 tight, 19 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
This is Smith with a grab. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Elliott is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
19 Lions. Cup 19, Cup 19.
3rd and goal, Willis.
Flushed out right.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes.
Score game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Up the middle they go. Clinton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
From the 6.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Now Willis.
Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Willis to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down at about the 37. Throwing, Willis. This will be caught. Judy.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the